She will always be with us in spirit. I pray the most for her daughter and for her grandchildren. I'm sure that that void is most heavily present for them.
72-year-old Lorena Royster, affectionately known as Renee, lived a life that many could only dream of, but behind the facade of beauty and vitality lay a tale of tragedy and betrayal. She was a vibrant, spirited woman, a devoted mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, sister, aunt, and cherished friend. A pillar of her community, she was deeply involved in church. She was a missionary, an Eastern Star, and a formidable force on the softball field. Her crowning achievement was finding her soulmate, Melvin Royster, later in life. Their love was a beacon of hope until Melvin's tragic passing in March 2023, after a prolonged battle with illness. Though Lorena mourned his departure, she found solace in his release from suffering, relying on her unwavering faith and the support of friends and family to navigate her grief. With unwavering faith in Christ, she leaned on her friends and family to navigate through the difficult times. One of those people was her son, 51-year-old Reginald English. Despite Lorena and Melvin's efforts to support him, it was never enough for Reginald. He struggled to maintain a stable home, hold down a job, and embody the essence of true manhood. Things took a darker turn on May 13, 2022, when he was accused of murdering his then-girlfriend, Christine Chase, a 48-year-old woman he lived with at the time. While he was indicted in federal court in March, the case was shockingly dismissed in October 2023 due to the untimely death of the surviving victim and witness. Despite the grave accusations against him, Lorena remained steadfast in her support for her son, allowing him to reside with her. However, in the absence of Melvin, she soon realized that living with her son was far from safe. Her suspicions were tragically confirmed when Reginald, in a fit of rage, handcuffed her and viciously stabbed her in the neck. Welcome to American Crime, Femicide Channel. Please like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification button for future uploads. On April 3, Ronald was found lounging on a dock a whopping 40 miles away from his own residence. An officer caught sight of him and, in a feeble attempt to evade capture, Ronald leapt into the nearby creek. After coaxing him back onto dry land, he had the audacity to provide law enforcement with a bogus name, all while driving a vehicle registered to his own mother. To add insult to injury, he was sporting a woman's engagement ring on his finger. Subsequently, Ronald was escorted to the hospital, but not before authorities conducted a thorough check on the car. It was then that they made the chilling decision to perform a welfare check on his mother. Upon arrival at the apartment, a horrific scene unfolded. Lorena lay lifeless, her hands bound with handcuffs, her neck bearing stab wounds, surrounded by a gruesome assortment of weapons including a pocket knife, box cutter, and screwdriver. She was pronounced dead at the scene.
Breaking news out of Prince George's County this morning. A woman found dead inside of an apartment after officers went there for a welfare check. Randy Ayala has been following this story for us for the past 2 hours, and she's outside of the apartment building where police are now 7 hours into this investigation. Randy, what can you tell us?
Good morning, Wisdom. I just got a text from police. I reached out to them about 30 minutes ago, and it looks like more information will be forthcoming soon. So I'll keep you posted when I get that information. But in the last 5 minutes here, I've seen more detectives show up to the scene here. I've seen another forensics van out here. So this is what we know so far. We know officers showed up here around 11:15 last night to do a welfare check here at this apartment complex, the Village at Hillcrest in Bladensburg. And you can see police have that section of apartments. They're taped off, and that's where they've been focusing the bulk of their investigation. Police tell us they found a woman inside. Police say that she had some type of trauma to her body and that she died here inside the building. So that's all the information we've been able to gather at this point. Again, as you mentioned, police really early into this investigation. We don't know the circumstances or if police have established any suspects here, but as I mentioned at the beginning of this report here, I just got a text from police, so we're looking forward to getting some more information, finding out if they have established a suspect and finding out exactly how this woman died inside her apartment. All we know at this point is it started as a welfare check and it's now turned into a homicide investigation. But of course, we'll keep you posted once police release more information.
Let's get to an update on breaking news that we brought you yesterday morning. Police in Prince George's County now say they have arrested a man for killing his own mother. This happened on 53rd Place in Bladensburg, and police say Reginald English attacked 72-year-old Lorena Royster. Officers found her dead inside of an apartment with serious injuries. English is now facing both first and second-degree murder charges.
Lorena Royster's loved ones and best friends say they're grappling with the loss of a woman who meant so much to so many.
She made sure that people felt that love from how she made you feel and what she did for you.
Her family says the 72-year-old enjoyed her family, church, and is being remembered as someone who was always just one phone call away. According to her best friend of 24 years, Bernadette Harris, Harris says she last saw her best friend on Easter Sunday.
I just truly miss her. We spoke every day, several times a day. And we didn't go to bed at night unless we said good night and I love you.
Prince George's County Police say the North Carolina native was found unresponsive on Tuesday after officers were conducting a welfare check at her Bladensburg apartment. Court documents revealed that Royster was found wearing a handcuff on her wrist and a stab wound to her neck. Prince George's investigators say Royster's son, Reginald English, fatally assaulted her inside their Bladensburg home on 53rd Place earlier this week.
She will always be with us in spirit. I pray the most for her daughter and for her grandchildren. I'm sure that void is most heavily present for them.
Stacy Burgess is Royster's niece and says she, along with family and friends, are leaning on their memories in the face of tragedy.
The joy that she had and that she brought to everybody, that will be the void that's left, but also the lessons learned through all of this is how to be more like her.
Royster's son faces first and second-degree murder charges, and police are still working to determine a motive.
Lorena birthed her own killer. She brought him into this world, cared for him, raised him, and when he couldn't stand on his own 2 feet, she opened her and her husband's home. Despite their concerns about his lack of independence, they allowed him to reside with them. Even after he was accused of murdering Christine Chase, Lorena stood by him, convinced of his innocence and convinced that law enforcement had targeted an innocent black man. But deep down, she couldn't ignore the nagging suspicion that there might be some truth to the accusation. Reginald had always shown signs of volatility. He was unstable, confrontational, and deceitful. Yet, like many mothers, especially black mothers, Lorena couldn't bear to see her son struggle. So, against the advice of others and her own instincts, she did what she thought was right, guided by her faith and the ideals of motherhood. Tragically, her reluctance to cut ties with her son and cease providing for a 51-year-old cost her dearly. There's no excuse for a fully capable adult to still be living under their mother's roof. The Royster family has launched a GoFundMe to help cover funeral expenses. As they gather to bid Lorena farewell, let's keep them in our thoughts and prayers. May Reginald face the full force of the law, and may Lorena Royster find eternal peace.